Thank you very much. Keep that coming. So I want to understand which city are you tuning in from today? Which part of the country, which part of the world? Let me know in the chat below. So we have Payal coming in from Mumbai. We have Ajit from Chennai. Lovely. Kolkata, Patna. We have somebody from Dubai, Malaysia. That's amazing. So people from all over the world. So keep that answers coming in the chat. All right. I also would like to know, what are you doing right now? How do you recognize yourself? So are you a student? Are you a working professional? Are you a homemaker, coach, or a consultant looking to upskill? What is it that you do at this point? Okay, keep the answers coming. Lovely. So I see like about 30% of students, 30% would be about business owners. Lovely. Thank you so much. So mixed crowd today. And why is it that you want to learn about AI and digital marketing? What does it mean to you? And how are you going to be applying today's learning? And where do you see yourself? Keep the answers coming in. Okay, somebody says want to make a lot of money. Yeah, everybody wants to make a lot of money. Okay, so money is one reason. You want to upskill. You basically want to get a new job. You basically want to apply for your business. Absolutely right. All right, thank you so much, everybody. Let's get started. So first of all, I want to just tell you that throughout the session, if you find something fascinating, or you want to pay back in gratitude to me, and you want to say how the session was, you can just tag me at the rate Rishi Jain or at the rate digital_scholar on Instagram. I'm pretty active there. That's me on the screen, and it's at the rate Rishi Jain with an extra R. Now here's the thing. AI value creation is valued at $13 trillion by the year 2030, right? So a lot of innovation, a lot of money is being pumped in retail, almost $1 trillion, travel, which is 480 billion, transport, logistics, basic materials, and all of that. Now what you see on the screen is more on the heavy industry sides, right? So basically a lot of machineries, a lot of processes, a lot of coding, all of that is basically AI driven. That's something which you see on the back end that you don't see in the forefront. But for you and I, what's important is to understand the AI in marketing, which is going to change the game for you and I as a digital marketer. Right now, if you take a look at also AI's impact on jobs worldwide, the most of the impact and the automation risk by job type, if you take a look at it, is happening in food preparation, construction, cleaning, driving, agriculture, labor, right? So what do you mean by driving and cleaning and all of that? A lot of these things are being automated. Self-driving cars, so drivers are being automated, and that's what those jobs are being impacted. And imagine if there are self-driving cars all around the world, then there's no need for drivers, right? Literally your Ola drivers, Uber drivers, and all of that basically lose their jobs. They have to do something else for their living. All right, but what's most important is the fact that if you go a little below, which is around 40-50% of the jobs being impacted in personal service, sales, customer service, business administration, information technology, science and engineering, and healthcare. Now this is where the big concern is, because if those things gets automated, that's most of us in this particular field, right? Most of us are into engineering backgrounds, coding, customer service, sales bit, and all of that. So that's somewhere we need to be a bit careful about, right? Now, one more important report by Goldman Sachs says 1/4 of the current work tasks could be automated by AI in the US and Europe alone. Now, what does it mean is that imagine 25% of jobs being automated in US and Europe. It's going to have a deeper repercussions in the Asian markets, because a lot of their back-end offices are sitting here, right? Imagine one of the coding department gets automated in USA. A lot of jobs here would be impacted. If let's say customer service gets automated in US or Europe, a lot of sales team and the customer support team which is sitting in the Asian markets or the Indian markets gets automated altogether, right? So definitely huge concerning factor over here. But that being said, I don't want to scare you, because there's a positive side to it as well. If you take a look at AI's impact on jobs worldwide, the jobs displayed by 2030 is almost 400 to 800 million. But the positive side is, if you upskill, if you understand what it is all about, you can see that the jobs are created by 2030, which is almost 555 to 890 million. All right, that's the beauty about it, that if you upskill, there are new jobs that are waiting for you, but you need to be well equipped with it. All your prior knowledge is not going to be of any help until now or from here on altogether, right? Now, a lot of times I've understood that people don't understand the term AI really well, and let me make it very clear for you. All right, AI is of two types: ANI and AGI. What is ANI? It's artificial narrow intelligence, which means it has a certain bit of intelligence in a particular area, in a particular department. All right, like for example, let's take the example of ChatGPT. Now, ChatGPT can understand the text input and it can only give text output. It cannot do much more than that, right? So it's designed for text creation. There are certain tools like Midjourney. Now, those are designed for image generation, right? You put in certain text, then image pops up. Like if you put in some text, voice pops up, right? So there are different tools for that. And if you take a look at self-driving cars, the AI over there can only recognize the moving objects, and accordingly it will position its own vehicle's position, and then it keeps moving around and checks the speed and all of that. That being said, ANI is actually making a lot of big strides and becoming mainstream, and you have to be worrying about small things that are being automated in certain areas of our lives. But what really people are worried about is AGI, which is artificial general intelligence. Now, this is where people feel that an AI can do everything that a human can do, right? It can develop consciousness, it can have emotions, it can start making better decisions, and it'll start functioning on its own like a human, right? People are worrying that they'll become politicians, machines will start ruling over us, and they'll become doctors and whatnot, which is a little distant a dream altogether, right? So there are developments happening, but maybe you and I may not be alive to see that happening, or maybe it's never going to happen that a machine gets the brains of a human and starts understanding emotions and all of that, right? So you never know. I mean, I can't make a statement that it's never going to happen, but it's a far distant dream that we don't have to worry about, right? So the thing to worry about right now is the artificial narrow intelligence, where a certain department of our processes are being automated. It's getting better. So all of that is something we need to master, and we need to overcome it, and we need to basically start getting better with these skills so that we can start utilizing in business areas. Now, there are three kinds of people in this room. Okay, number one, they're too optimistic about AI. They think super intelligence AI killer robots are coming and they're going to rule over the world. Let me tell you, it's not going to happen anytime soon. Number two is the two pessimistic people in this room, right? They think AI cannot do everything, right? And AI winter is coming, and it's like a fad, like cryptocurrency and metaverse. But the reality is, you don't have to be too pessimistic about this field. It is not a fad like crypto or metaverse, right? It is here to stay. It's here to develop. There's huge money being poured in throughout the world, and people are taking it very seriously. Okay, so if you have the pessimistic nature, you gotta change it. Okay, and then there's third kind of people. This is where I want you guys to be, and think that it's just right. All right, which means AI can't do everything, which is true, but it will transform industry, which is even more true, and it's a fact. Okay, so I want you guys to be just right about AI, and just type JR in the chat so that you are now just right about AI, and you know that it cannot do everything, but it will transform industries, and it's important for you to upskill. So just type JR if you take that stance today from here on, that okay, it's just right, and this is where you. So dangerous times are ahead, and the new wave of AI and the marketing tech will either make you a fortune or is going to leave you bankrupt. The only question is, which one will you choose, right? Which side do you want to be on? Now, here's the agenda for today. We're going to learn about AI frameworks and some tools that's going to help you become better at AI. We'll understand the world of digital marketing. Now, what I feel is a lot of people think that just by learning a certain tools on AI, they will become rich. All right, but the idea is that unless and until you do not have the business acumen, unless and until you don't understand how to do business online and don't understand digital marketing strategies, AI in marketing is never going to help you any which way, right? I just want to break that notion that just by learning 100 tools, it's not going to set you free. Okay, you need to be fundamentally strong with digital. That's when you'll be able to sell online, and that's something I want to teach you today as well. Number 3 is career in digital marketing, what it takes to build a strong career. And number 4th is your path to making 1 lakh per month in 2024 and beyond. So I'm going to set the blueprint. I'll tell you what are the obstacles people face, and why do people fail in this particular industry, and what you should be doing right so that you can make a lot of money a lot faster. All right, and 5th would be the Q&A at the end of it. All right, so I'm really excited for all of you today. If you guys are excited for this agenda, just say excited in the chat. Just type excited in the chat if you are excited for learning so much today. Next 120 minutes, I want you guys to give your complete attention. Okay, I want you guys to gift yourself the gift of being present. All right, because a lot of times our mind has become monkey mind, right? We cannot stick and focus on one thing, right? Some of you are watching it right now, they're using your phone on the back end, you're texting people and all of that, and then you realize, hey, this is something not for me, or he's teaching something crap, right? But the point is that if you focus and if you stay attentive, you get the best out of it. Take a lot of notes. I'm sure you're gonna get a lot of insights out of this. So give yourself this gift of being present. If you're present, just type present in the chat, which also means you're committing to next 2 hours to learning from me. All right, here's the thing, your word is your law. If you commit, stick to it. Okay, can I get a yes from all of you in the chat? Thank you. Let's see yeses in the chat if you're committing for learning for next 2 hours without getting distracted. Thank you so much. Now, before I get into this, is it okay if I share something about me? Because I'm going to be spending a lot of time with you, and it's important for you to understand where I come from, because that's when you and I can have a better understanding of what we're trying to learn here. Thank you so much. So my name is Rishi, and here's the thing, education system failed me, right? So I was always taught what's hard and not what's useful. So I was a product of rote learning, right? I was taught Harappa civilization, tan theta, sin theta, cos theta, and all of that. And only I realized that, I was basically that fish who was asked to climb a tree. I was started to feel stupid, and I realized that I am not fit for this world. So I became an introvert. I became too anxious about my career, and I realized, oh my god, I'm not good at maths, I'm not good at analytics, I'm not good at mugging up, and I was just failing a lot of times in my school and college life. And that's when I got into a sense of complacency that all these are not for me. All right, now here's the thing, just like a typical Indian graduate, after 12th standard, I joined BTech Biotechnology from SRM University, the main campus from Chennai. And just because, one of my senior told me that, go ahead and choose biotechnology because there are a lot of good looking girls there. And I made that mistake of actually going for biotechnology. And then what happened was 4 years went by, and at the end of 4 years, I somehow struggled to get placed at Infosys, right? Just because I think college had like a great deal or something with the recruiters, I somehow got in, but I did not know one piece of coding also. But they selected me out of like 6 companies. I somehow managed to get into Infosys at 18,000 rupees per month in 2016. I worked there as a software engineer for 2 years, only to realize that again, this is not something that I want to do. I was sitting in front of a black screen in a 4x4 cubicle, staring at the screen and talking to some US client and realizing, oh my god, this is such a boring job. The job was great, all right, the job was really good, but I was not good at the job. And I started to suffer again in terms of liking the job altogether. So one fine day I realized that staying in a city in Bangalore at 18,000 rupees per month was way expensive affair, and I was not making enough money. I was staying in a flat like this, which just costed about 4,000 rupees per month. But it was such a small room where I used to stay and spend my 3 years of my life. And then what I did was I actually wanted to make more money. All right, I was finding different to make money. And that's when I was living in this particular flat in my society, there are about 1,000 flats, and I read an email from my society admin. It says looking for guitar trainer, and as you can see, I have a guitar here, and I used to play guitar really well. I thought, okay, let's give it a try, because on the weekends anyway I'm not doing anything great. So I went ahead, knocked at the door of the person who sent that email and said, hey, I'm ready for this. So the mom brings the 6-year-old son and says he wants to learn. I was like, okay, let's do it. So she pays me like 1,500 rupees for 8 classes, and I start teaching this guy. Now there are two ways to look at it. Okay, now I could have taught this guy what's hard, or I could have taught him what's useful. Okay, what's hard, basically, musical theory, Christmas carols, and difficult old classical songs and all of that. The child would not have related with it because he's 6 years old. So I taught him what's useful, which is happy birthday, Bollywood numbers, his favorite songs, whatever he knew. So what happened was, within 1 month, this guy picks up the guitar, the one you see on my screen in the right, which is in blue color t-shirt. He picks up the guitar and he starts playing all around swimming pool, supermarket, and all of that. And he was so passionate, he got so interested in the guitar, that all the other kids around him started to feel his energy, right? I believe so. So what happened was, within I think 1.5 to 2 months, there were 40 people knocking at my door, wanting to learn guitar from me, because I could just make it super useful for them and super easy for them. And I started making 60,000 rupees on the weekend in 2 hours than what I was making 18,000 rupees a month, working for like 60-70 hours a week. So that's when I realized the power of creating value. That's when I realized the power of education. And then, that was my first step to entrepreneurship. So this was like a game changer for me, because I realized that how education can transform people if you teach them what's useful and not what's hard. And that was my first step here. Then as again days passed by, 3 years went by, I wanted to aspire to study abroad because I wanted to do something in the corporate world. But again, I got an offer from USA for doing MBA. Right, so just like typical Indian graduate after engineering, thought I should do MBA from US or probably Germany. I applied both the places, but I don't remember where I got selected. But anyway, applied there, and the fees was almost about 30 lakh rupees, right, for doing that MBA program. And I realized whether I should go for it or not, because I was super confused. But something weird happened that changed my life forever, right? And one of my senior manager comes up to me and says, Rishi, you are doing moonlighting and you're working at dual places, you're doing dual employmentship, and you cannot do so. I said, what do you mean dual employment? How do you know about my guitar classes? I was thinking like that. But I said, what do you mean? I'm not working anywhere else. No, he said, you need to meet HR. I actually go to the HR. HR says, Rishi, I saw you are working as a model in Amazon. I'm like, what? What are you saying? Model and Amazon? I've never done something like that, right? And she opens up her phone and shows my picture, and it seems I was the most active, or I would say the most famous raincoat model of the country, because if you put anything in raincoat on Amazon, Snapdeal, Flipkart, my image is right up on the top, right? Earlier, I don't think it's there anymore. But what happened was, somebody morphed my picture, because I used to take pictures from my brother. Somebody morphed my picture from my brother's website, put it up in all these sites, and I was literally ranking on top for all the keywords with respect to raincoats, right? Pretty funny, yes. So what happened was, you won't believe, people started to recognize me because of this picture. In Bangalore, it rains a lot. So a lot of people came up to me and they even asked me, hey, discount hai kya? And I'm like, dude, I don't have discounts. I'm not working for that company. But I realized the power of digital, right? Just because my picture was ranking on top of these search engines, I was known to so many people, right? That's the power of the world digital. Nobody knew me for my work at Infosys, but they knew me for this particular work, which I didn't even do, right? Pretty ironic. So I realized the power of digital. I thought, okay, let me give digital marketing a try because it seems really powerful. So I quit my job at Infosys, did not pursue for my MBA degree at all, and then I came back to Chennai, and then that is where I worked for 1 year for different clients with my brother in the agency. Right, that's when I learned the power of marketing automation and paid ads, and I really love the field, that how much impact you can create in the shortest time possible. And then started to in 2019, saw there's a huge gap in the education system. That's when we launched Digital Scholar first batch. It's an offline institute that we came up with, which also of course does online programs as well. And since then we have shaped the careers of around 100,000 aspiring digital marketers in less than 24 months in a classroom environment. Went from 18,000 rupees per month to 1 crore per month in digital coaching sales. Became Quora's leading digital marketing writers, TEDx speaker, worked with different industry leaders, from struggling to get placed to placing 600 plus students, where students have got placed for 5 lakhs per annum, 12 lakhs per annum, and so on. From aspiring to study abroad to training abroad. I did my first training program in Oman. We're going to Amsterdam and a lot of other places for training. And then also from being an introvert to transforming more than 3,000 lives. Like you see on my screen, people are saying I was hopeless, I didn't have vision, I was depressed. So many students could find the right passion and track because of our programs all together. So we are two brothers, we are two passionate brothers who love training. And on the left you can see Saurav Jain. He has about 500,000 plus followers with the actual verified tick, and that's me on the right. I'm more of a techie guy. We have placed 600 plus students in various companies, 800 plus success stories on YouTube, and I have a team of 150 people in agency and institute, where we are on a mission to change the education system of the country, to help people find their passion, make more money, and create better impact in the society by learning the skills for the future. So whatever I've done, I just want to tell you that whatever you're going to be learning is coming from my own experience. Now you can see here, in last 30 days I've made about, let's say, 18.6 lakhs. In last 90 days it's almost about 82.47, and these are just from one or two products which is being sold on complete autopilot. Right, this is not even my actual numbers, and different other programs where people pay directly into the bank account and stuff. But why am I showing you all of this? Is not to impress you, but to impress upon you the fact that I've done something here, and I'm here to teach you so that you take these learnings seriously and actually change your life. Because a guy from Infosys staying in a 4,000 rupees apartment per month can do this, and I just want to inspire you to tell you that even you can do it. Right, are you guys with me? If yes, just type yes in the chat. Lovely. Thank you so much for all the lovely messages. If you guys find this inspiring, again you can actually type wow in the chat as well. Thank you. Keep that coming. So let's get started. Are you ready to become 10,000x of you with AI? Now here's the thing, okay? Imagine you and your partner or you and your friends are playing in the middle of the tennis court, and there are 10,000 people cheering and working for you, and they're clapping for you and all of that, right? And today with the help of AI you can actually do that, where you can chill and you can create so much with the help of different AI tools and AI altogether. Okay, now if you take a look at ChatGPT, we're going to discuss a lot about ChatGPT now. ChatGPT is the fastest to 100 million users, right? It took almost just 2 months to get there. And the idea is that, why am I teaching you this? Because a lot of people use ChatGPT for doing things like creating assignments, creating simple emails, and writing love letters and all of that. But the reality is people are not using it to make money. I'll give you an example. If you take a look at ChatGPT's monthly user, it's almost 100 million. If you take a look at world's population, it's 7.8 billion. And if you do the math, only 1.25% of the population uses ChatGPT until now. All right. And the ironic part is only 1% of 1.25% is actually using it for making money. Okay, now which means you're still very early in this phase, right? You are tech enthusiast here, you are early adopters, which means if you embrace the technology and learn it now, you are going to be pretty much sorted 3 years 4 years down the line. You'll have the early movers advantage with you. Okay, just like how emails came in 2001, just like how Google ads and Facebook ads became a thing in 2006 and 2007, it was all early. you need to embrace this now so that you can actually become a millionaire down the line altogether. Yes. Now, what can AI do for you from the marketing perspective? Okay. Now, these are the skills to master to scale businesses. You can, with the help of AI, you can master social media, which means you can create content, you can upload videos, you can create videos, you can automate a lot of your social media processes and grow your organic following, or you can create your marketing materials for inorganic social media marketing, which is paid ads, creating those images and videos and all of that. Okay. In essence, I just want to tell you that AI can only help you create marketing materials which can be applied to your business, and your business can be grown online with the help of paid ads or organic results or organic ways and all of that. Okay, so I just want you to remember this and type this in the chat: AIMM, which means AI is all about creating marketing materials. All right, and that's the important thing for you to remember. Okay, because earlier the biggest challenge in the field of digital marketing and why people failed was that they did not know how to write great sales copy, they did not know how to create video ads, they did not know how to create images and all of that, and that was a lot of creative process. Only few people could do it, but today nobody can complain because everybody can do this, right? I hope you guys are getting it. So you can do social media, you can create a customer support automated support team, you can write content, you can create copies. So what's the difference between content and copy? Content writing is more like an information, like a blog post or title or something, whereas copywriting is for selling directly, right? You can create videos, you can design images and all of that, you can create audios and make a lot of automation. So these are some skills you can master and create your marketing materials to scale businesses using AI altogether. Okay, now there are 4 types of generative AI which is very important for you and I at this stage. Number 1 is text to text, number 2 is text to image, number 3 is text to videos, and number 4 is text to voices. Okay, so generative AI is nothing but you put in some input, it generates some output based on the information it has. Okay, so you all know text to text is basically chat GPT. You put in some text saying, hey, can you write me an email on AI? It actually picks up information and gives you an email. Then you have text to image, which is nothing but you put some text, image pops up, you put some text, video pops up, you put some text, voice pops up. Okay, so these 4 are very important for you at this stage. There are many more generative AI, but this is like super important, again, from the marketing material perspective. Okay, and it all begins with prompt engineering, right? There's a new type of engineering which is prompt engineering. Forget about mechanical, forget about electrical and all of this. This is going to be the future, and according to LinkedIn statistic, a lot of people are looking for jobs with respect to generative AI, or they're using the word chat GPT in the job description as well. Okay, which means they want people who can get the best output out of these generative AI. They want people who can talk to machines and get the output that they desire, right? So they're looking for prompt engineers, and that's where the world is heading towards. Okay, what does it mean? I'll explain this shortly, but remember one thing with respect to prompt engineering. If you put in garbage, you're gonna get out garbage, right? If you're just gonna say, hey, write me an email on Instagram marketing to chat GPT, you're gonna get a very generic answer. Yes, would you all agree? Yeah, you get a very generic answer that the whole world uses. But what if you put a input which says, hey, can write me an email on Instagram marketing, my target audience is business owners, and these business owners are bargain hunters, basically the conjuice, but these guys they want to learn how to grow Instagram and how to use Instagram for the business growth. Talk in pain points of businesses, and make sure the words are less than 100 words. Okay, now imagine you put in so much words in the input. What do you guys think would be the output? It'll be amazing, right? Yeah. So yes, so this is where you need to understand that you need to become great prompt engineers, which is write great text, and that's where the whole world is. Okay, remember one thing, the language models are trained in English. These Chat GPT, Mid Journey, all the tools are trained in English. Now, people with great English skills will be needed to get the best output from these tools, and it can be learned. Okay, when I say English, you don't have to go to English classes, but you need to just understand some frameworks for you to get going. Are you guys with me? Yes. Now let's take a look at the text to text model and the Chat GPT dashboard overview, and let's understand this further. Now, if you take a look at the Chat GPT's dashboard, there are two kinds of GPT models right now. There's one 3.5, which is basically free, right? And this is basically works great for your everyday tasks and all of that. And then there's a paid version, which is GPT-4, which is almost costing you about like 1,500 rupees ish, right? $20 a month. Now, what does it do basically, and how is it different? Now, the thing is, the biggest difference between GPT-4 and GPT 3.5 is that GPT-4 has more data points and it has more critical reasoning. For example, if you say, why is a particular joke funny, GPT-4 will have better output than your GPT 3.5. Or let me put it this way, if you say that, hey, I fought with my girlfriend, she said me this, then you replied with this, and then the other person replied with some other thing, and so on. Now that, and then you basically say, what should I reply to her? Then the output is again going to be very good in your GPT-4 models. And most importantly, in GPT-4, you can create videos, you can create slides, you can basically read PDFs, you can actually do a lot more. So in GPT-4, you have something called as plugins. Okay, with the help of these plugins, you can create slides. You can just access Google Sheet and all your documents could be read by ChatGPT, and then the output could be given. You can create diagrams, mind maps and stuff. PDF documents could be uploaded. You have ask your PDF or chat with PDF, which is nothing but you can just, upload huge documents of PDFs, thesis papers, and even books could be read from here. Imagine the way education will work in the future. You can just upload your books and you can chat with those books and say, hey, can you give me the best points out of it, or something like that. Then you have Visla, where you can actually create videos out of it. You have Expedia, where you can create your entire trip and it'll tell you which hotels to choose at what prices and all of that, right? So GPT-4 does all of that for you, but whereas GPT 3.5 does not have that particular option. Okay, so just basic setup is what I'm showing you. On the left, all your conversations are saved here, so you can see all your previous conversations. You can create a new chat, and there's a cool feature of ChatGPT where you can give custom instructions. So when I click on the custom instructions, you can just say, hey, what would you like ChatGPT to know about you to provide better responses? Now here is where you can say, I'm based out of, hey, I'm based out of Chennai. I work in digital marketing. My English is 5th standard English. Keep it in India context. Okay, so basically you can just change the output and you can just, say, where are you based out of? What do you do for work? What are your hobbies? How good is your English? How do you want to keep it? And all of that. And how would you like ChatGPT to respond? Should it be formal? Should it be semi-formal? Should it be in English, Hindi? Should it have like a certain tone to it? All of that could be given custom instruction, so that what happens is you can get the output that you desire altogether. Make sense, everybody? Yeah. So there are five important prompts to begin with that you should be knowing. The number one prompt is, let's say, the explain prompt. Okay, so you can just go ahead and say, can you explain the economic conditions of Oman, right? So here is where you can just use the word explain, and you can just go ahead and say, can you explain the economic conditions of Oman, right? So use the word explain to get information. Okay, or you can use the word list. So you can say, can you list the top 10 digital marketing agencies in Oman or Chennai, and things like that. Okay, the third prompt that you should remember is the summarize prompt. Like, for example, you can say, can you summarize the top 10 skills needed for a sales professional? All right. Or number fourth is you can use the word predict. So you can say, can you predict the future of AI in healthcare industry? Now, why do we do all of this? Is because it's important for you to first bring the information that you want it to be worked upon. Okay. What I'm trying to say is, if the information is not good at the first itself, then the output is going to be bad, right? Like for example, you want to create a reel script on Instagram marketing, but if the whole Instagram marketing data itself is not so good, then you probably will not get a great output. Okay. And then the fifth basically prompt is argue prompt, where you can say argue why Oman is the best country for business opportunity. Now these are 5 different prompts that you can use for different use cases, and the output is going to be different every time. Okay, so if you say explain economic conditions of Oman, different output. Explain the top 10 reasons why economic conditions are different of Oman, is different. Summarize the top 10 economic conditions in Oman, is going to be different. Predict the future of economic conditions in Oman, is going to be different. Argue why Oman is best country in terms of economic conditions. So every time you use one of this word, the output varies, and that's what I want to give you over here. So I hope you save these prompts over here, or these verbs I would say, for you to use. Okay, I'll just give you a very quick example. Okay, so let's say I want to create a reel script. All right, and I'm going to start with this. I'm going to put a new chat. I'm going to use GPT 3.5, which is the free version, and the basically the prompt, the reel script says predict the future of marketing. Okay, so I want to create like a reel script on the future of marketing, and I'm going to say, can you predict the future of marketing? Hit enter. All right, so we can see this is going on and on. Yes, so this is happening. All right, so we get like 10, 15, 11 points or something like that. What I'm going to then say is, I'm going to say, hey, based on the above information, okay, of course you need to read the points. If you're convinced with it, continue with it. If you don't like the output, change the input. Make sense? Okay, now you're going to say, based on the above information, can you create a 30-second reel script with a powerful hook and creative CTA? Hit enter. Now what happens is, you can see here the output comes in and says unlock the future of marketing. Imagine having AI supercharge your marketing strategy. Deliver content your audience craves tailored just for them, blah blah blah. Right? So script is purely on the basis of the input. It's giving some output over here. Are you guys following? If yes, just type yes in the chat. Let me pick some water until then. All right. Now let's go for the third one. The third one is this: act as an experienced script writer. Okay, so what I'm going to say is, okay, output is fine. I'm going to say, can you act as an experienced script writer and rewrite the above script for my agency business, whose target audience is business owners. This particular target audience is usually bargain hunters. Now I'm giving it more context. What's the word, everybody? Context. Just type context in the chat for you to remember. See, lot of times we fail because we keep it very generic content, right? We just say this and then we say, hey, can you create a script on this? That's about it. You forget to give context, and that is where I want to tell you that you have to bring more context on this, where you say act as an experienced writer, the audience is like this, my audience is usually doing this, they're a certain type and all of that. You hit enter, the output varies completely, guys. Now look at this. Discover the future of marketing without breaking the bank. Why is it saying without breaking the bank? Because I just said my audience is bargain hunters, which means nothing but they're confused people, right? So they're bargain hunters, right? And then serve your audience with budget friendly tailored content, blah blah blah. The things changes completely. And then finally, if you don't like the output, you can just say, hey, I did not like the output. Can you add more case studies? Can you make it more painstaking for business owners? And the output pops up like this. And then you can just say, okay, can you give me 3 more examples of this reel script? And then I have like 3 examples: reel script 1, then reel script 2, reel script 3, and then boom, I have like 3 different variations of the reel script. How many of you think this is amazing? Just type amazing in the chat, right? So I'm just saying, you can just create like a agency where you're just helping people script and giving it to people. In fact, I know my students who actually learn this completely. So I teach much more in depth about craft framework and all of that. What I'm showing you is a very 36,000 feet view, but I have my training program where I teach more in the terms of craft framework and how do I, how do you go much more in depth in terms of what are the types of tonality, style, and all of this. Some of students used it and they actually are giving these scripts to doctors and dentists who do not know how to use chat gpt, and they're charging 25-30K where they're creating 30 scripts for those doctors and stuff. It's a great way to make money. How many of you think this makes sense and this is doable? Yes? If yes, just type yes in the chat. Lovely, thank you very much. Now, this is just some example of how you can use chat gpt. Now if you take a look at the AI extensions which you can use to make your work much more easier, I'm just gonna help you with certain AI extensions as well. Okay, the first extension is basically YouTube summary with chat gpt. Now if I go to YouTube, okay, the name itself is called as YouTube summary with chat gpt. Okay, so if I going to YouTube, all right, if I'm going to YouTube, I can summarize the whole YouTube summary, and I can actually open it up into chat gpt. For example, let's say this is Shark Tank. All right,
in the tank is a healthier version of a favorite breakfast indulgence.
Okay, now what happens is this is the summary. If I just click on this, the whole summary pops in, and if I just click on this particular button, it will actually open up the whole script into this, and then boom, I can create like a 30-second reel script or things like that. You see, like it got summarized in 5 minutes. I could understand in 5 seconds. I could understand what is this whole video all about. How many of you think this is powerful? Just type powerful in the chat. A 12 minutes video could be summarized in 5 sentences. I could just see, oh, David Schwimmer made a surprise. The guy from Friends, of course, made a surprise appearance to support Samuel. Samuel pancake mixes receive praise for their taste. Business has faced slow sales growth, lack of social media presence, leading most of the sharks to decline investment, but they applauded Samuel's mission and product. How many of you think this is so powerful? Just type P in the chat. Yes, so the tool's extension name is called as YouTube summary with chat gpt. Number 2 is chat gpt for Google, right? For example, right now if I go in Google, let's say I'm gonna Google I'm just gonna go and Google and say which is the best coffee products, something like that. Okay, so what happens is I'm googling it normally, and on the right, this particular extension basically helps me. This particular extension gets me all the responses in chat gpt. If you have paid access, it'll show you in chat gpt 4. Cloud 2 is an alternative of GPT-4. So if you're using Cloud 2 and have like an account, you can see the response coming in Cloud 2. And you have Bard, which is again by Google. Where you can see what's the output looking like. So from one place, what you search or research on Google, you can see the output on the Google, but immediately you can see the output on 4 different types of AI platforms, and you can compare the answer all together. Again, how many of you think this could be like a lot powerful tool? Just type P in the chat. Lovely, thank you so much, keep that coming. Okay, and the third extension is called as web chat gpt, which is a really cool hack. Here you can see here it's called as web chat gpt. Okay, what it does is it basically is an extension where it enables you to get the real-time data of right now. So in chat gpt there's a rule where the data is cut off by September 2021. Why? Because when they were creating chat gpt, they trained the entire data on the internet only until September 2021, right? They trained the model until then. So if you ask, hey chat gpt, who is the director of the movie Barbie, it will not tell you the answer because Barbie just released, right? It released. So basically, or let's say Barbie, of course, it released a certain while ago. Let's say if you're gonna search for World Cup winner, or you're gonna search for something else right now, you will not get the exact results. But if you want the results, you can toggle this on, and then if you search for it, it will actually scrape the data on the internet and give you the latest results altogether. Yes, how many of you think this is powerful? Just type powerful in the chat. Just type powerful in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Yes. Thank you. Are you guys having fun? Learning a lot? If you're learning a lot, just type LLL in the chat. LLL, which is lifelong learning. Or if you're learning a lot, you can even say LAL, learning a lot. Thank you. Keep. Just a gentle reminder that you can follow me on Instagram as well. So just my Instagram handle is Rishi Jain with an extra R up front. So you can search for it on your Instagram, or you can probably find the link on the bottom right of this video popping up right now. So make sure you give me a follow. And also you can click on this particular link where you can join my Instagram broadcast channel. We speak a lot about AI, and I share a lot of insights in this particular one. And you can see here there's a lot of updates, almost 2,600 members. Talk a lot about different steps on how to go about things, different videos. So there's a lot of value here that I'm creating for you on Instagram. So make sure do give me a follow here, and you can check out my reels as well. A lot of learning in terms of AI tools and all of that, right? So go ahead, give me a follow, and if you have done following, just say done following in the chat. I would love to see you guys just say done following in the chat. Lovely, thank you so much. So let's move on to the next part of the session, and let's see here. So how many of you know this person? How many of you know this person? All right, yes. So this is Mahatma Gandhi, of course. Now, why am I showing this picture? Now, usually what happens is when we have October 2nd, we usually celebrate it like, we go out with our friends. We probably put like a picture of, we put like a India's flag on our chest, and then we say Mera Bharat Man, Bharat Mata Ki Jai. We watch some TV on that particular day, and that's about it, right? That's how we celebrate his birthday, right? And there's no absolute connection between his ideologies and what you're doing, and there is absolutely no connection. Okay, so, and the only connection is probably on the rupee note, right, of your 100 and 500 rupees note. Now, why am I saying you all of that is because there's something amazing to learn from him, and that's what Americans see him from a very different angle. So his photo is actually in one of the consulates in the USA, Washington DC, and below his picture it does not say Mahatma Gandhi 1869 to 1948. It does not say Mahatma Gandhi, father of the nation. Actually, below his picture it says Mahatma Gandhi, one man can make a big difference, right? And this is where I want to inspire you to see that how you as one person can make a huge difference. Now, I'm not asking you to put Gandhi's picture in your room. I'm asking you to put your picture, and below that picture you can actually say one man can make a big difference, or one woman can make a difference. And that's what, and your life is going to change. Okay, your life will become legendary if you keep taking look at that picture and keep executing things. All right, so just type legend in the chat if you guys are ready to become legends, because it's possible today. With the help of AI, you can create so much bigger impact, and you can keep going. Thank you so much. Right now there are 4 kinds of people in this world. Number 1 is poor kinds, who basically work for money for daily survival, right? So they have no big goals, they just see how they can survive the day. All right. Number 2 is middle class people, which focuses on monthly survival. They make some money as business owners or as employees. They spend some money in their bills, electricity and all of that, and they save some money, and somehow they get through the entire month. That's what they focus on. And then there's rich class that focuses on yearly goal. They're able to fulfill their desires. They're able to do their trips and all of that. They can buy a house, and that particular class is pretty okay, but they are working 24/7 and getting things sorted and all of that. And then the 4th class is the wealthy class, which is creating money for generations to come with a lot of time on hand. All right, now this is where you have to move towards, and digital gives you an opportunity to actually become wealthy. All right, where you can automate business processes, where you can sell so much more without actually involved a lot in the process, right? How many of you would love to become wealthy? Or I'm pretty sure some of you can relate your position right now, one of it, right? You don't have to tell in the chat, but I'm just saying, if you relate, let's say you're the middle class, you probably want to go to rich class. If you're a rich class, you're probably going to become to wealthy class, and it takes about 2 to 3 years at least for you to go from one situation to another. So if you're at poor level, you want to go to middle class, you probably need at least 3 years of transition. for you to get there. Okay, so there's no quick rich scheme, right? You need to work hard, and that's when you level up. But how many of you would love to level up from where you are right now? Just type LU in the chat, which is level up. How many of you would love to level up? Okay, so yes, the whole point of doing business, the whole point of doing employment is for you to create wealth, right? I want to tell you one thing. Do you want to struggle so much and make your money when you become 45 50s, right? That's when you start making some money and you start saving more, and then enjoy your life? Or do you want to make a lot of money now when you're most energetic and enjoy your money? What do you guys think? Does it make sense, right? Imagine you work so hard in your 20 30s, you get to 40s, when I believe that we won't be more energetic back then, because our lifestyles are very different right now. We're becoming too lazy, right? We're becoming too tech savvy, a lot of laziness around, and our bodies won't be able to take it up in 40s and 50s. We'll become a lot older faster than our previous generation. So the point I'm trying to make is that when you make a lot of money, you'll not be able to enjoy it as much as what you can enjoy right now. How many of you agree with this point? Just type agree in the chat. And the point is, this is the time, this is the moment for you to make a difference, where you can start thinking about create generation wealth from now and start actually enjoying the money altogether. Now, how to do that? Now, for you to do that, you need to master certain skills of digital marketing. All right, and this is where I'm going to be telling you some pointers about how to use the digital marketing strategies to grow your business 10x. Okay, now this is where things will become interesting, because I'm going to show you how to apply AI in the world of digital, and because that is where you make money. Okay, I could have taught you 100 different AI tools, but if you want 100 AI tools, I'm going to give you a link at the end of this particular session. You can go and check out all my recommended tools all together, and you can just save that link, and you can start using those tools. But the point is, you will never be able to make money unless and until you understand the strategies. How many of you with me, and how many of you are actually excited about the tools link at the end of it, right? So I'm going to share with you as well. Okay, so let's get started. Now, if you take a look at strategies to grow your business, there are three important pillars of digital strategy. One is demand analysis, number two is channels, number three is goals and funnels. Okay, so first you need to understand what are the channels with which you can reach out to people. You need to set goals for yourself, and then you need to understand what's the demand for a particular product. Okay, now let's understand the channels first. Now what I'm showing you on the screen is like a 36,000 feet view of digital marketing, and if you master these skills, you are probably set for life. Okay, no matter where you are in your stage in your career, you're doing business, you're doing student or whatever it is, if you master these skills really well, you are sorted for life. Okay, when I say master, you really master. Okay, not just basically what I feel is, people think social media marketing is downloading one template from Canva and uploading on Instagram is digital marketing. But that's not digital marketing, guys. Some business owners think that just by putting money in your Just Dial and India Mart and all of that, you become a digital marketer. That's not digital marketing, guys. Putting a WhatsApp status and sending forwards to your WhatsApp groups is not digital marketing, guys. There's so much more involved for you to become successful. Okay, so this is your thing. Now first, let's talk about search engine optimization. Okay, now search engine optimization is nothing but it's the art of bringing a website on top of Google search. Like for example, if I just go and search for best digital marketing course in, let's say, Chennai. Alright, so there are certain basically sponsored posts. Now you can see Digital Scholar is coming. This is your Google ads. These are your sponsored posts. Whereas then you have certain responses where you can see Saurav Jain is ranking on top, Digital Scholar is ranking on top. And this is where you can probably see that, this is your SEO. Organically, we're ranking on top of Google search engine. Now, this is the backbone of digital side of the world. Okay, and this is where you need to be focusing on. Like for example, we also work with a client called as Wing Salon. Right now, the problem with them was there was lack of business growth. There was no poor visibility. There was poor visibility. The total dependency was on referrals. So we came up with a solution where we actually started feeding their website with regular original content. And what happened was, anything you search on Google, bridal salon in Chennai, you can see Wing Salon was ranking on top. And all of if you take a look at the result over a year's time, it was 2 million clicks that happened over a certain period of time, right? Probably 1 to 2 years span is when it got 2 million clicks, which is amazing. So organic is not dead, okay? And just promise that you will continue to invest in your Google My Business and websites with original content, and you can actually make use of this particular hack, which brings your website on top of Google search. Okay, now there are many websites, like for example, you can just go to 10web.io, where this is basically an AI tool where you can just create your website in a fraction of few seconds. Okay, so you can use this to build your website, and you can use your chat GPT to create content, like how I told you earlier, which is your 5-step processes, and you can just create your website content from here to come up and start creating and publishing on your website. So AI itself is not going to make you money, but the usage of AI to rank on top when somebody searches for your business is going to make you money altogether. So this is all about SEO, which is the backbone of digital marketing, where a website ranks on top of Google search engine. How many of you got that? Just type I got in the chat. So next we have search engine marketing. All right, now what is search engine marketing? It is basically nothing but your Google ads, right? Pay per click, where you search for certain keywords, and then according to the keywords searched, you can show your business brands and people can click on it, and you have to pay a certain money to Google, right? Depends how much you pay, depends on a lot of different factors like quality score, or depends on the competition and all of that, right? So basically you pay for click. So if somebody clicks, you have to start burning money and you have to start paying for Google. Okay, now what I see is, this is one of the most amazing ways of marketing, because the search intent is perfect, plus people are in the buying phase. Now imagine somebody searching for best digital marketing course in Chennai, wants to actually enroll into a particular course. That's why he's searching for it, he's researching. So it makes much more sense to show my ad over here. But imagine if I search, or if I show my ad for a keyword which says what is digital marketing, then that guy has a different intent, and it doesn't make sense for me to go and show him my particular ad. So always show your ads where the intent is in the transactional phase. Okay, there are two types of keyword. One is transactional keyword, one is research keyword. Okay, so if somebody's searching for what is digital marketing, that is research keyword. You never want to show your ads unless until you've got tons and tons of money, then you probably show your ads here. But when you search for best digital marketing course in Chennai, now this is the intent is very high. I hope it makes sense. Now I've spent more than 60 crores in last 6 months on Google ads alone. Now you can see here, in last 13 years I've probably spent over I've got 104 million clicks and 11 billion impressions for my clients. Now that's something. Okay, and in last 6 months I've spent more than 60 crores for my different clients. So here you can see here, cost is 25,000. For some client I've spent like 2 crores. This is almost again 2 crores. You have 5 lakhs, 4 crores, 6 crores, 2 crores, 16 crores. So the point is, different clients, different spends, and all I can tell you is it absolutely works. All right, for certain client, the cost of conversion or acquiring a customer could be like 3,000 rupees. The cost per lead could be like 20-30 rupees and all of that. Now you don't have to worry about these terms if you're absolutely new, but the point I'm saying is that spent money. I've realized Google ads is one of the best aspects, because the intention of the audience is to buy, and it's a lot easier for you to convert. And again, from the digital marketing perspective, it has great use cases. And if you want to build a career, search engine marketing is absolutely amazing. All right, now if you take a look at so yeah, these are some examples. I just want to show you Digital Scholars example as well. Like for example, we're getting leads for about, let's say, 230 rupees per lead. All right, so if somebody searches for courses, 230 rupees is what I have to spend for somebody to call. right? I have different brand where I've just got 130 rupees per lead, where I'm selling them gym membership, bridal makeup, selling them something like biryanis and all of that. So different brands that I'm trying to, this particular company has different brands. So 130 rupees per lead is what is coming for that different brands altogether, right? So this is one of our student, Arpit Gupta. He cracked 12 lakhs per annum as a PPC campaign specialist alone. Now, usually what happens is, in just fraction of probably 8 months. So he did our online 4 months course, and after that he went to work for a company where he got like 6 lakhs per annum and immediately shifted to 12 lakhs per annum. Now the biggest difference was he learned Google Ads, but along with Google Ads he also learned the power of automations, landing page and all of that, which made him enable to get a lot more money. All right, now how is AI useful in Google Ads? With the help of AI, you can actually create campaigns, or you can research for keywords on Chat GPT, or you have lot of different AI tools where you can create Google ad copies and create your marketing materials using AI altogether. How many of you got that? Just type got it in the chat. Okay, now let's take an example of social media marketing. Now social media marketing is of two types. Okay, now what are the two types? Very simple. The first type is simple. Let me just show you here. So two types of social media marketing. One is organic, second is inorganic, right? What is organic? Now you can, especially with the help of AI, can create or ideate content. Okay, you can create creatives, plus you can publish, and all of this could be complete autopilot. All right, so we teach a lot of tools inside our course where you can do this whole process using AI, where you can create or ideate content, you can create creatives, publish it directly on the social media profiles, and the whole idea is to grow audiences organically and then convert them into clients. Right now we work with a lot of different clients and stuff, and they pay us a bomb just to maintain their Instagram page, and people are willing to pay a bomb on Instagram pages, LinkedIn and all of that. And that is where I suggest you that you look into this particular side of things, because there's a huge money flowing in. Everybody wants a social media manager today. All right, taking a look at organic side of things. In organic side of things, you need to learn how to run meta ads. Okay, now meta ads also has more depth, where you can also need to learn how to master landing pages, how to master automations. And this is where, if you become a master of this, you can just start making money for any business out there. All right, so these are social media marketing types. Now let me give you some example of how we have done, or what our students have done in this particular space. Okay, now this is also one of the brands that we work with, which is a real estate brand. And look at this, the kind of video we created for them, and we started running ads to generate leads. So this is basically a vernacular language. It was made in Tamil, right? Then we created some images like these, right, to invite people to make sure they inquire for the new apartments or the new, this was like a marketplace that is being launched. So we invited people to inquire. So we created a lot of ad creatives in different languages, showed images like these, right? Again, said like beautiful messaging which says ultimate destination for universal trade. Your business invest in your diverse shop options. Shops prices start below 35 lakhs, 50 lakhs, 75 lakhs. So we created these kinds of creatives, video ads and static ads, and many different ads. All right, not just in Tamil but also probably in English, Hindi and all of that. So here you see more like a vernacular domination, right? So these were the ads that we created. Now the second thing that happened was, we ran this campaign for like 30 days, which is meta ads. We spent like almost 10 lakh rupees, got about 1046 leads. The cost per lead was 880 rupees per lead. The lead quality was 57%, which means out of 880 people, there were almost like about 600 people who were probably, or 500 people, I would rather say 400 people were interested, at least showed interest and had money to probably make a purchase. We had like 31 site visits out of those 300 400 people, and 7 bookings happened of these flats or this marketplace which cost no less than 50 lakhs, and more in pipeline, and they might buy down the line. So imagine the power of doing business online using these meta ads where you spend 10 lakhs and the output is probably in crores, right? Especially for a business like real estate, of course the output is going to be high and you need to spend higher. But if it's a lot cheaper product, the output could be much cheaper and you don't have to spend so much also, right? So the point is, it works absolutely amazing altogether. Now let me show you how one of our student actually learned to use meta ads, and with the help of just 500 rupees he made 17 lakh rupees. Would you guys want to know this story? If yes, just type BIO in the chat, which is bring it on Rishi. Just type BIO in the chat. 500 rupees lead generation ad from Meta, 17 lakh rupees. This is an amazing story, and I'll tell you what, he feared running ads. The first time when we told him to run ads, the first thing he told, Rishi, doesn't work, don't make me do it, right? That was his statement. And we forced him to do it because at Digital Scholar, in our 4 months program, we have a rule where you have to spend 500 rupees at least on your paid ad. So this was like an experimentation for him, but that 500 rupees changed his life. Let's check this video.
I was into multiple unscalable platforms like referral marketing platforms, and I was investing a lot of time over there, putting a lot of explanation to people who can never generate business for me, and that's how I was initially doing business.
What was the results that you got from running your ads?
Finally, when we entered into Facebook ads, it was different. They said start with creatives, create videos, the small posters. So we created points which can sell. So since I was handling the sales for quite some time, I was able to predict these lines would attract my customers, and I added everything inside the poster, and we ran an ad for 500 rupees and I got 4 leads from that. And still I had this idea of calling everyone every day. 2 people said, no, I don't even remember signing up for this. And one guy said, yes, come and see me in the office. And I went and met him. Luckily, that guy got interested and he had a project immediately, and that got closed. And the final bill value was around like 4.87 lakhs.
Alright, so now you see 500 rupees, he got like 4 leads and probably 1 got converted and he made 4.87 lakhs. But what happened was, there's something called as lifetime value of a customer. Okay, just type LTV in the chat for you to remember this, that it's not about just one point of conversion, that he spent 500, he got 4.8 lakhs. But actually that guy, you know, the lead gave him more business down the line. Lifetime value of a customer is nothing but how much does the customer pay you in a lifetime, right? Now what happened is this another video. There's another video where he says that that guy gave him more business, and let's look at him.
Don't put it online. Okay, and now again continuously I'm working with the same client because he is getting a lot of conversion because of virtual reality implementation in his client's presentation. And now we are already working under another PO for 7,85,000 somewhere around. We have another business from the same client. So imagine just 500 rupees got me somewhere around like 15-16 lakhs of business in one single lead.
Right, so now how many of you think this is powerful? So he learned the art of Facebook ads at Digital Scholar, and now his life is not going to be any more same because he understands how this could be scaled up, how this all could be automated. He can set like a team who can do the sales, he can set the team who can make the calls to the leads, and all of that can be just an automated processes altogether. Yes, so let's continue the next bit. Okay, also another person, Vivek Bhandari, he cracked 1.5 crores in 1 year for his dad's business, which is into he's in based out of Rishikesh for adventure sports company. Got over 100,000 followers on Instagram and made a lot of money using social media marketing altogether. So it's the king, and you need to master it completely. And yeah, that's how I look at it. Now the fourth type is content marketing. Now this is where a lot of people build their personal brands, right? Now a lot of people build their content on Instagram, they build their content on YouTube, and then they try to monetize it. All right, now this is also the future where you need to focus on building your personal brands, because if you are charging, let's say, 10,000 rupees for a service, if you got a personal brand, you can probably charge 1 lakh rupees for the same service, because people buy people, they don't buy products, right? Remember this one keyword: people buy people, they don't buy products. So if you become the face of the business and you become a bit popular, or you're creating content out there, people follow you, you have better options of charging a lot more. Okay, okay, just giving you another example of a brand called as Cooked TV that we worked with, so selling masalas and making a fortune. Now why I'm giving you a lot of case studies, because this is how we teach at Digital Scholar 4-month program also, right? We give a lot of case studies, a lot of insights for you to understand how these markets work. Okay, there are two types of institutes in this country. Okay, one will teach you like very fancy level stuff, like of Swiggy and of Zomato's case studies and things where thousands and crores of money is being pumped in marketing. Now I want to ask you, you as a small business owner, or you as a civilian with not a lot of money, right? You and I, we don't have a lot of money for marketing. Do you think learning those case studies is going to give you any ideas and is going to help you out there? Think about it logically. Okay, think about it. If you learn about a case study which spends like 1,000 crores on marketing and has made some money out of it, in fact those companies are not even profitable, that's a different story. But I'm just saying, you learn about it and they say you have to do this, you have to launch an application, mobile application, inside the application you have to do this, blah blah blah. Do you think it's practically possible for you to make money? No. Okay, you have to learn about how small businesses with small budgets, like how Lokesh had 500 rupees budget, made so much money. That's where your entire marketing should be. Okay, so don't get fooled by thinking that case studies should be of very high level. Case should be of low level, so that you can actually just take those learnings and implement. Okay, so this is an example of content marketing. Now these guys were selling masalas and making a fortune. Masalas, biryani masala, chicken masala, and all of that. Okay, so the brand is Cooked TV. Now this brand is a popular on YouTube and Instagram with more than 2.5 million followers. They wanted to build a buyer base. So what they did, they first put a lot of content, they build their followership. All right, once the followership increased, they actually pre-launched a product like, let's say, Madras 65, wedding biryani kit, and all of this. And what they did was, they first the brand surveyed to understand what their customers wanted the most to Instagram polls. Then they launched the product. They actually pre-sold the product, and then they served the particular product. That was amazing strategy of content marketing, right? They first created content to gain audiences, and then asked what does the audience want from them, and then they started selling, which is amazing. This brand was just selling some 500 to 700 products every month to their website until December 2022. After making recommended shifts and new funnel strategy, the brand started selling 9,000 plus products, revenue of 18 million, right? Almost 18 crores, right? So this is how content marketing can help you out there. Number 4th is database marketing. Now a lot of people think database marketing is like this, where you just send WhatsApp forwards, WhatsApp text and all of that, or you buy databases and you can send like an email, SMS or WhatsApp. That's not database marketing. Database marketing is basically nothing but you need to send the right set of WhatsApp messages and WhatsApp forwards, or sorry, not forwards, WhatsApp messages or emailers. Like for example, you can see here the email email screenshot, or you can see WhatsApp screenshots of Digital Scholar Vati and all of that, right? So here is where you can see how we send like crazy follow-ups using the right database marketing strategies. In fact, one of the brands that we work for, let's say Slam Fitness, what we did was we ran some ads via social media. We got some inquiries. We did a lot of follow-ups on WhatsApp, and we said, hey, today is the final day for the offer, and instead of paying 11,111, you just get to spend 9,999. So what happened was, because we got the database of inquiries, we kept nurturing them, and we gave like a great offer on one of the some festive season. We gave like a great offer. We saw a lot of people wanted to buy those memberships. So what happened was we spent like 47,129 on ads, meta ads. We got 343 people inquiring for it for free. The cost per lead was about 137 rupees. We got 33 memberships sold for 10,000 rupees. Okay, 9,009 something, 9,999. And revenue was generated was 282,600. Now don't forget, there are 100 more people in the pipeline who are willing to buy. Plus, it's just 1 year cost, right? So imagine next year, half of them would even still end up paying. So it's a great ROI down the line. Okay, imagine one customer, if he stays for 5 years, that's 50,000 rupees from just 137 rupees lead. I hope it makes sense. If you guys got it, just type MS in the chat. So database marketing is all about email and WhatsApp and SMS and the calling strategy in the right way, in the right order. Okay, just remember one simple thing. It's all about 3 R's of marketing. Okay, it's all about 3 R's of marketing when it comes to database, which is right message to the right people at the right time. Make sense? Okay, lovely. Now, the number 4th thing is you have basically influencer marketing, right? Now, influencer marketing is making big strides. Influencer marketing is nothing but you becoming a personal brand, and you have a lot of followership, and brands are willing to pay you for endorsements. Here's one of our students, first batch students, Pooja Karan Bafna. How many of you know them? Just type yes in the chat if you guys know it. Lovely. So yeah, very popular guys. 459,000 followers on Instagram, 200,000 plus subscribers on YouTube. You know Saurav Jain, he's my brother. 505 plus, I think he has more right now, 510,000 followers maybe. So the point is, these guys build a brand organically on Instagram, and basically a lot of brands approach them to pay them monthly or for their single post and single stories. I want to ask you, if somebody has about 500,000 followers on an average, how much do you think they charge for one reel from a particular brand? How much do you think they charge for one reel from a particular brand? 30,000, 50,000, 1 lakh, 3 lakhs, 5 lakhs. Okay, keep the answers coming. Okay, so basically, depending on the engagement of the influencer, they can charge anywhere between 1 to 3 lakhs. 1 to 3 lakhs for a 30-second reel. Can you believe that, right? That's the kind, 3 lakhs if they charge, that's the kind of CTCs. People get it in a year. These guys make in 30 seconds. That's the power of influencer marketing, right? Influencer marketing is making it big in the digital side of things. You can see here, we worked for a brand called as Levista, and what we did was we hired a lot of influencers for them, and you can see influencers posted things like that.
Mummy, coffee. Coffee.
Today we attempt to make the best coffee ever and to help.
So we hired a lot of popular influencers,
Today we
and we worked with like 100 plus top influencers of Chennai and Bangalore, and the result was amazing. Went from probably 0 to 90,000 followers, spiked up. Website sales increased by 180%. Brand is planning to launch more new products only for online audiences. The impact of social media ads, TV ads, and influencer campaign increased the sale on Amazon by 75%, right? So imagine one influencer campaign that we ran with the top influencers in the city spiked a brand from 0 to 100,000 followers. If you guys think this is powerful, just type powerful in the chat. Just type powerful in the chat. Thank you very much. Now there are 3 so this was all about different channels, right? And of course, one more channel that we basically didn't speak about is affiliate marketing. That's more like, like influencer marketing, but you get paid only when somebody buys from you. Okay, so that's like the basic about it. Now let's go a little more in depth about other things. Right, so the second thing that you probably want to understand is demand analysis. So we saw all the channels, but now if you want to promote a business online, you need to understand what's the demand for a particular product. Okay, like for example, let's say there are 2 kinds of demands. You either generate a demand for a product or you fulfill the demand for a particular product. Okay, now how do you generate a demand? Let's say I got an exclusive fancy looking keychain, or I would rather say bracelet, where on one hand there is a heart shaped, the guy wears it on one hand, there's a other half shaped bracelet, and when the hands come close, it becomes a heart shaped one. Okay, it's a very innovative product, it's a very new product, right? Now what happens is, if you want to promote this particular product online, you need to create a demand for a product like that. Correct? What's the word? You need to create a demand or generate a demand for this. So if you have products where you need to generate a demand, you do it via social media channels using creative communication, right? You need to create images, posts, gifs, videos, and all of that, and say, hey, this is an amazing product in the market. You can give this to your spouses, to your girlfriend and boyfriend, and your hands, when they come closer, it becomes a heart-shaped bracelet. This particular bracelet costs about 1,000 rupees, but right now if you buy it today, you get it for 500 rupees, and you sell it directly on the internet. You create a demand for the particular product, right? And then there is something else which is called as demand fulfillment, where you saw the example of searching the internet. Like for example, if I search for best digital marketing course in Chennai, so somebody created a demand on Google, and I'm fulfilling the demand by an ad, and I'm fulfilling a demand by my website ranking on top. So when somebody searches for you, you need to rank on top of Google search engine organically. So discoverable content, blog post, articles, news, all of that is basically demand fulfillment. So how many types of demand analysis is there, guys? Quickly: demand generation and demand fulfillment. Okay, generation happens via social media, via running paid ads and stuff, or reels and all of that. Or demand fulfillment happens when somebody's searching for you, you basically rank on top of search engine. And finally, once you understand the demand, whether you want to generate the demand, you want to fulfill, or you want to do both, you can actually go for goals and funnels. Now there are two simple types of goals. Okay, it's going to be a very short bit. I'm going to cover this, and then I'm going to show you some more AI tools of generative AI and stuff. Okay, so the two types of goals, one is short term and one is long term. So just type ST and LT in the chat: short term goals and long term goals. Now short term goals is very simple. All you need to do is generate leads, right? Make a phone call, and that's about it, right? For example, you just can generate short-term leads. For example, we were working for this brand called as Credit Fair Pro. Now this is an exhibition that happens in Chennai of all the real estate properties under one roof. So what they asked us to do was to generate leads and get them maximum footfalls. So we just ran ads on Google, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok back in 2019. In 2023 we couldn't because it's banned. Of course, Instagram and all of that. We generated 21,000 leads. There were about 32,500 visitors for this particular event because of offline marketing as well. 272 bookings happens via digital. 142 crores of sales because it was all properties exhibition, and 40 lakhs was spent on the ads. So the branding or the goal of the particular event was very simple: generate leads, get maximum footfalls, and that's about it, right? So it's just very short-term goals. If you guys got it, just type ST in the chat. Now there's another type where you can create a long-term goal, because there are different businesses that requires different goals. Okay, now we were working for a brand called as JCS Jewel Creation, and they were a jewelry brand. Now the biggest challenge with jewelry brand is that you cannot build trust very easily, because our parents and our buying behavior has always been buying from the same vendor, and we buy gold and silver from the same guys. Okay, we never go for new ones. So the point is, we wanted to bring this brand and build trust. So what we did, we created their Instagram profile, right? This particular brand had poor brand visibility, only repeat customers, no new customers. So what we did, we focused on hero photography and videography, created a brand story for it, and started their Instagram channel, started posting grids like these where we showed the product in hero limelight. We hired a lot of different models, again started showing them in amazing beautiful limelight, which is jewelries and stuff. We hired a lot of different models, again did a lot of rustic photo shoot. Went on to hire different influencers like Miss India and some director's wife and all of that. And you can see we started also putting up reels like this, which became like really good sensation, where people started following and all of that, right? And in fact, women started sharing it with a lot of other people. So here you can just see this particular video. How many of you think this is beautiful? Just type beautiful in the chat, right? So we did these kinds of photo shoots and video shoots, and then instead of going heavy on branding, we recommended the brands to show individual products in reels, and that helped them increase their inquiries by 100%. So we did things like that, and the idea was to gain followers. Good content, good following creates a lot of euphoria, and what happened was 100 plus new walk-ins happened at their events. Millennial brides started pushing their parents to buy from JC Jewel Creation because they were following the brand for 2 years, 3 years on Instagram. When they were about to get married, they were like, hey dad, mom, I want to buy from here because these guys have some amazing jewelry and creations and all of that. 500 plus new customers acquired in 2 years with an investment of 5,50,000 in long term in about 2 years. 82 footfall, 1.4 crores of sales, because it's of course jewelry business, right? Here's one of our student, Prashant, who is a freelancer who earns 50,000 rupees per month doing the same thing, right? He basically has helped 4 different clients to set up short-term goals, right? So he basically generates leads, gets them the leads, and then these guys have to make phone calls and sell it out for them. He's based out of Pondicherry, earns from home 50,000 rupees per month, just recently graduated from Digital Scholars course. So the idea is that if you learn the skills, if you learn the strategies, you can implement it for your clients and stuff, you can just be on your path for amazing stuff out there. Okay, now here's the thing, guys. I want to tell you one important thing is that there have been many turning points that have defined modern business. First one, the internet removed the barriers to start a business, right? So when internet came, people could do business a lot easier. When Web 2.0 came, it removed barriers to connection. What is Web 2.0? It's social media, right? When Facebook was launched, Twitter, Orkut back then, all this removed barriers to connection. People could connect a lot easier. Number 3, when mobile came into picture, it removed barriers to purchase, right? So a lot of e-commerce started happening and people could buy easily. Number 4, cloud. It removed barriers to collaboration. So basically cloud is your Gmail, emails and all of that. You could share a lot more files and you could do a lot more with the help of cloud. The world became one because of the cloud innovation. And number 5 is the generative AI, which removed barriers to creation. Now this is the ultimate hack or ultimate truth where you can become super productive because you can create content. You can become more creative person with the help of generative AI. Now let me give you an example, okay? With the help of generative AI, you can create music, you can create rap songs, you can create videos, you can translate videos, you can create images, you can create videos, you can create animations, 3D modeling, whatnot with the help of AI, right? I'll just give you one simple example. Like for example, let's say I want to create a rap song in less than 30 seconds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, hey, write me a rap song in less than, okay, in Snoop Dogg style. All right. So create a rap song in Snoop Dogg style where I want people to consider Digital Scholars 4 months program. Okay, let's say I want to do that where they learn about AI and digital marketing. All right, and hit enter. So I'm gonna create a rap song in Snoop Dogg style and let's see the output. So until the output pops up here, I'm gonna go log into my uberduck.ai account, which can create rap songs very easily. So this seems to be some issue. I'm gonna create a new chat, try it again. Okay, lovely. So it's not working for some reason. Let's try in GPT-4 version and let's see if I can get an output. Okay, this seems to be stopped. Anyway, never mind. I can just pick something else quickly here. So let's see if I have a different rap song. And let me see if I can pick something else quickly. Okay, perfect. Got the output now. So there was some challenge, but now it's sorted. So I'm getting some rap song. It says, yo, kick back, relax, take a seat. I got a story about a program. It's so elite. 4 months, not years, to get you on your feet. Learn AI and marketing, ain't that neat. Wow, it's really good. Okay, so I'm going to copy this. I'm I'm gonna go to Uber Duck. I'm gonna select like a tune here. So let's say I select this particular beat. Okay, so I'm gonna click on AI generated rap. I'm gonna click on this one. So I play this. Okay, and then I'm gonna go to custom lyrics. I'm gonna say Digital Scholar. I'm gonna hit enter. Go for this particular one. Just put the script here, save and continue. I'm gonna choose some guy's music here. Let's say I select this guy's voice.
Books on the shelf, wisdom in the... Each word's a paint stroke on... Believe in your journey, let no one change your course with a...
So yeah, there's different rappers, there's different characters, different you can put your own voice as well. But let's say I want to put this one and click on generate rap. And let's see the output in less than few seconds. Are you guys excited about it? If you guys are excited to listen to a rap song, just type excited in the chat. Keep the chat blowing up. Let me see some more energy. Just type excited in the chat. All right, thank you very much. So let's see the output.
Yo, kick back, relax, take a seat. I got a story about the program, it's so elite. For months, not years, to get you on your feet. Learn I in marketing, ain't that neat. Digital scholar, where you want to be. If you're looking for that edge, can you see? From algorithms to CEO, it's all key. With them, you're bound to be them very.
How many of you think this is really cool? Right? How many of you think this is really cool? So I'm just saying, imagine the creativity that can happen, right? This is just one example. I know like 100 different tools like this which can do different tasks. It can create videos. It can literally, it can change the language. It can create maybe in Hindi, in English and whatnot, right? So the idea is that this is a different revolution. There's different times that we are living in. All right, everybody. Now here's the thing. Okay, I'm going to show you quickly about a digital marketer's journey and what's the scope, what's the career we're looking at in the field of digital. Now, if you take a look at digital marketer's journey, and if you remember the channels which I showed you, social media marketing, SEO, you have AI, you have search engine marketing, influencer marketing, content marketing, which is building your personal brand, putting out videos and stuff. If you master all those skills, this is one of the most versatile field that you can actually get into, right? Because you can build your personal brand. You can see at the bottom, you can build your personal brand. You can become a freelancer, just like how Prashant is making 50,000 per month. A lot of students become freelancer where they master one of these skills and then start giving out services. You can start your own agency. Now we have had students who started their own agencies and they have like 30-40 employees working for them right now. Those case studies are available on YouTube as well. So you can start your own agency as well, which is very lucrative business, but you have to get it right because strategically you have to be very strong, right? Now, difference between agency and freelancer is that agency is like a 3 or 4 member team which works on complete 360-degree solution for a particular business, whereas freelancer only solves one problem of a particular business, right? So that's about it. Placements. Now, placements is amazing in the world of digital because a lot of brands are willing to hire. Every business owner needs like a digital marketer today, right? So there's a huge demand, and when there's a huge demand and less supply of skilled labor, then the price is always high. So people are getting placed with no less than 3 lakhs per annum packages on bare minimum, which is on par with your IT 4-year degrees, engineering. If you do, you get that, right? In fact, even if you complete MBA, you don't get that kind of packages. But digital is providing you with that space because people understand the true value of a really skilled digital marketer. If you're a business owner, you can of course generate leads, you can scale up, you can build businesses with the help of these skills. If you don't learn this for your business, it's gonna go extinct, right? It's never going to work because you and I, we both know you have to understand digital and scale that directly because traditional methods don't apply anymore and your competitors are doing really well on the digital space. Yes or yes? Number 5 is when you master these digital marketing skills, you can start your coaching, consulting, digital products, which is highly scalable, right? Like how I sell digital products, digital courses. Once you know your niche, once you know what you're doing, once you have like a solution, once you have a framework that has worked for you and for your clients, you can probably teach online. You can consult somebody else for higher charges, right? For 4 consultation, I charge 1.25 lakhs. For 4 hours with me, I charge 1.25 lakhs. and brands are willing to pay because that's the value I create for them, right? In 4 hours I give them clarity, I give them a business plan that they can execute. That's the clarity I bring to the table. Make sense? Number 5 is e-commerce. You can start your own e-com business, POD, sell physical products and all together. And here's where I say that build rivers or build dams where the river is flowing, and don't build a dam and wait for rivers to come. A lot of people make this mistake where they randomly open a shop in one of their areas and wait for customers to happen. But the point is that you have to build dams where the rivers are flowing. The rivers are flowing online. Your customers are sitting there. You need to build your products, or you need to build your business online altogether. So digital marketer's journey is pretty amazing and the most versatile field where you can actually do any one of it. You can do some of it all together. Like for example, I'm building my personal brand. I have an agency. I run 2 other businesses along with my agency and digital scholar business, which is one is into hospitality. Like I own some resorts which I sell via digital, and one more is a textile business which is of my dad's business, right? So I can scale that up because of marketing skills as well. I'm into coaching and consulting, of course, via digital as well. And then e-commerce a bit here and there, not so progressive, but we're also in the e-commerce space as well. So having one common skill can enable you to do so much more altogether, which is not possible in operations, supply chain management, HR and all of that. How many of you think mastering marketing skills is the most important skill that you can learn for good? Just type yes in the chat. Right now, here's the thing. There are 3 important reasons why people don't focus on digital. First of all, they say I'm too busy, right? I want to tell you one thing, okay? If you are doing a job of 12 to 15,000 rupees per month, or if you're in a business, you're making 60,000, 70, 80,000, 1 lakh rupees per month, it's nothing, right? What are you busy for? The point is, it's also highly important for you to actually get less busier and make more money, right? I see people are so busy making 10-15k, or they run businesses where they're making 50-60k a month, and they say, hey, I'm busy, I can't do this and all of that. Bhai, business nahi kar rahe ho. You're like self-employed in your own thing, right? You're just doing some time pass. But the point is, you gotta get out of it, learn the right skills and build businesses where you got time for yourself and create generation wealth. So stop saying you're too busy. You gotta learn the right skills, and when you learn the right skills, you'll actually understand rich people work less and poor people work more, right? So if you're working more, you need to understand which part of the spectrum are you in. Okay. Number 2 reason why people say they don't focus on digital is not technical person. With the help of AI, with the help of marketing technology, you don't need to be a superstar ninja or a coder or like really analytical person. I'm not an analytical person. In fact I really suck at coding and stuff, right? So you don't have to, because this is the era which is just about no code. So you don't have to get into coding at all, and anybody can do this, right? Number 3 reason people don't focus on digital is too much investment. Now this is the most funniest responses I've got from people, is that no, it's a lot of investment to learn, it's a lot of investment on ads, I need to buy tools and all of that. And this is fundamentally where people go wrong, right? In India, it's a curse, right? We are job seeking nation, right? So we always think about saving money because we make some money monthly and then we have to make save some money. So we don't understand the simple fundamental concept of money making money, right? Our financial acumen is so poor as a nation that we just don't believe in the process of investments, right? We just don't believe, we always think that it's a spending, right? So if you don't understand cash flow management, if you don't understand the concept of money making money, then you will do businesses based on moods but not on the basis of data and stuff. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is, an average Indian spends 10x of their annual income in weddings, and less than 1% of their annual income in marketing. Do you think this is the right approach, right? 10x of their annual income in weddings and less than 1% of their annual income in marketing. Do you think is the right approach, guys? Okay, the point is, you have to understand simple concept is that the more money you invest, the more money you make. As simple as that. Of course, you need to know the right strategies. I'm not asking you to burn money and just pump in there. Of course, build it slowly. Once you know it's working out for you, you pump in more money, and that's the whole way, is that the one with the biggest budgets will win the game of marketing altogether, right? So invest in learning, invest in ads, invest in digital. It is always going to pay you better, and you can automate the whole processes altogether. I have one important tip for you guys, really important tip for you. Look at what the masses are doing, then don't do it, right? If the masses are hosting exhibitions, if they're joining networking organizations, if they're just focusing on referral marketing, if they're just focusing on network marketing, then don't do it. All right, you go digital, you use AI, you be the pioneer, you be the top 1% in your industry altogether, right? Makes sense? How many of you think you learned a lot in last 90 minutes? How many of you think you learned a lot in last 90 minutes? Just say I did in the chat. And how many of you would love to learn more for next 4 months with the help of digital marketing? Just say I in the chat. All right, now I just want to tell you that if you want to create wealth, it comes with time. Okay, the biggest challenge people have is that they do not have clarity, right? So these are the 3 skills for becoming super successful. The first skill is that you need to have clarity where you're getting towards. Number 2 is you need to have financial acumen. As I told you, if you don't understand making money, if you don't understand this, then you will do business and decision based on moods and not based on the basis of actual data, right? Number 3 skills for becoming super successful is sales skills. Learning how to sell one-to-one and one-to-many, like how I'm sitting right now, and there are 500 plus people live in this particular webinar. I'm selling from one to many, right? If you master the skill, you'll make more money at one time itself, right? Instead of sitting and going to one person and selling and all of that. Like, I don't understand the fact that why would you go for networking for 3 hours to sell a product which is for 500 rupees? Do you think it makes sense? A 500 rupees, let's say you're selling a cream, okay, face cream. You do 3 hours of networking with another woman to sell a 500 rupees product where your profit margin is about 100 rupees. Do you think it's a great model and you'll ever make a lot of money? No, you have to go to one to many for that to happen, for you to become successful, right? And this is where, and these are some ideas that I'm giving you, but the fact is that a lot of people don't have this, which is clarity, financial acumen, sales skills. Okay, if you want to become a genius, you need to understand one thing. Okay, you need to have clarity, you need to have the right skills, especially selling skills, right? Plus you need to have patience, right? That's when you make a lot of money, right? For us, the biggest challenge with people is everybody wants to become a millionaire, but they want to do it overnight. They do not want to work hard, and that's the biggest challenge with a lot of us, right? We just want to make money, but we don't want to enjoy the process of creation of money. We don't enjoy the process of creation of value. All we're looking at is the fruits of the labor. We do not focus on the labor itself, but we want the fruits of the labor. Everybody wants to buy a car and a home and all of that, but nobody really wants to create value for somebody else and solve certain problems and all of that, right? Everybody's focused on dollars, but nobody's really focused on getting the clarity, getting skills, solving problems, having some patience in the process and all of that. Okay, so have that and you'll see your life changing. Okay, remember, one man can make a difference, but if you want to be a genius, get the skills of selling, have clarity, build financial acumen, have some patience, and you'll see your journey becoming great. Okay.